Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mrutangamaya Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. O Lord, please lead us from unreality to the reality, from ignorance to the knowledge, and from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, today we are all having the interesting topic, the problem of evil. We have got a lot of problems in our life, in the family life, or in the professional life, or in the personal life, or maybe with the friends, with the relations, differently. Then, oh Swamiji, you are bringing one more problem, the problem of evil. Is it so? Whoever has studied the philosophy, whoever think about the philosophy and the metaphysics or the suprasensual things, this question or this problem has boggled their mind for aeons. Starting from in Western philosophy from Socrates' time, Socrates, Plato, Epicurus, Aristotle, from them onwards, and in the Indian philosophy, from the Vedas or Upanishads, 10,000, 20,000 years onwards, this question has been debated, has been discussed, and has been given a lot of answers. In the 15 days before, we did try to know, interestingly, based on Swami Vivekananda's lectures and Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge, that the concept of evolution of God, which is very interesting, the historical evolution of God, how the concept of God or the nature of the God perceived by human being, how it got evolved in due time, we try to see. Now, after this, Swami Vivekananda takes a pertinent issue, which is the problem of evil. Now, if you see in the Old Testament, the problem of evil is discussed, no doubt. It has been answered, no doubt. What is the answer there they give for this problem? They say that God punishes us for our sins, for our evil actions, by giving difficulties, or probably by giving what you say, war, by bringing war, famine, earthquake, disasters, diseases, and all these things. And also, the very interesting point in the Old Testament, they tell that he employs the temptation to test and strengthen a devotee or a spiritual aspirant or the seeker of the truth. So he might get tempted, he might sin, he might do evil actions, but he struggles and he suffers. And based on his experience, slowly, he starts thinking, how can I get out from this whirlpool? Then slowly he starts thinking, what is the reason? What is the cause? And he finds out, because of my temptations, because I yielded myself to the temptations and I'm doing evil actions. So let me not yield to the temptations. And he strengthens his will, he strengthens his character, and he evolves and he becomes the saint. He becomes the complete man. Now, when this answer has been given by the Old Testament, many philosophers, even in the Western philosophy, they have questioned it and they have debated about it. God, why did He give temptation at all? If He had not given temptation, this problem would not have been. So, this has not been accepted. And there are some philosophies, they say, oh, my dear, there is no evil at all. There is no evil at all in the universe. It is only our thinking. It is just subjective. There is no evil at all. And in the Semitic religions, the problem of the evil is very predominant in them. Why? Because they say God is all merciful, God is all compassionate, God is all knower, and is all capable, so on and so forth. Then the question comes, if so, then why God has created such a world which has got all types of problems? So that makes a lot of, what do you say, problem. The all Semitic religions lands into problem because when you say God is all merciful, God is all compassionate, how can there be so many problems, so many diseases, so many wars and conflicts or whatnot? And even in Indian philosophy, and also, of course, in Semitic religions, they accept two realities. One is God, the other is evil in the name of Satan. Oh, there are two things: God, who is all auspicious, all good, and there's a one more strong power, equally strong power, more or less strong power, which is called Satan. In Judaism or is Islam, Christianity, these things are very common. And when it comes to theistic schools of Vedanta, which are dualistic in nature mostly, they accept that God is all powerful, all merciful, all compassionate, etc., etc. But they are not ready to attribute the evil to the God. They attribute the evil to the human being. They say because of the human being's mistake, all these problems are there. This is the second stand. And the third stand is some philosophers argue or discuss that, oh, there is no evil at all in this world, in this universe. It is all in your mind, all your mental thinking. It is quite subjective. Now, here, Advaita Vedanta, what stand he takes? Advaita Vedanta says that, yes, from the absolute standpoint of view, there is only divinity, there is only God, there is only the consciousness, there is only awareness from the absolute point of view, no doubt. But having said, in the realm of Maya, in the realm of this manifested world, which is called Maya, in the manifested world, the duality exists and we are supposed to accept. The good and bad, right and wrong, sin and virtue, happiness and sorrow, all these things are existing till this manifested universe exists. Until we are the part and parcel of this universe, we have to experience and we have to confront. And they also say that if the evil is subjective, if the evil is imagination, even the good should be also imagination then. Why? Because the absolute is beyond good and evil. The absolute is beyond all dualities. So in this dual world, these things exist. This is what the Advaita Vedanta takes the stand. Now, does evil exist or not? So there are two answers mainly, yes and no. And the few questions which are been given by different philosophers, I would like to list in front of you. If God is all merciful, all compassionate, all knowing, why did God create evil at all? Why did He create unhappiness? Why did He create death? Why did He create problems? And why God is not protecting the good ones from the wicked ones? Russia Ukraine war is happening. Israel Gaza war is happening. Like this, so many wars have happened and so many wars are happening. If God is all powerful and all merciful, why is He not controlling them? And why does not God stop the wars, battles? And like we had a 2 years, a year before, 2 years pandemic, the whole world got standstill because of coronavirus pandemic. Why God doesn't stop this? This is the question asked by many people. And because of this, some of them decide that, okay, that means God doesn't exist. They deny the existence of the God because of the problem of evil, and they are known as atheist. Some say, oh, that's okay. This is the creation, God's will, and we can become good by taking the refuge at the Lord's feet. And they accept the problem of evil doesn't disturb their mind too much, and they accept and appreciate the God and his innumerable divine qualities. So they become theist. And some of them, of course, I'm oversimplifying it. Some of them, they may say maybe God exists or not because of all these dualities, confusions, sort of agnostics, they can be there. And the beautiful one, statement, Epicurus, one of the Greek philosopher, he puts it beautifully in his teachings like this quote: is God willing to prevent but not able? Okay, God is willing to prevent all the evil, all the problems, but He is not able. Is He not able? Then He is not omnipotent. Then the second question: is He able? Okay, He is capable of preventing all the evil, but may not be willing. Then He is malevolent. Then the third is okay, He is both willing and is capable, but then where comes the evil? Is he neither able nor willing, then why call him as a God? This is one of the biggest problem in the Western philosophy. So for this, we have to understand the nature of good and evil. We have to understand the nature of the God. So the nature of God has been explained already in the previous class in a detailed manner. So I'm not going to it. Now, A.L. Herman, he has analyzed this problem of evil and the solutions from different philosophies across the globe, either Oriental and Occidental philosophies. 21 types of solutions which were given by different philosophers or philosophies. He discusses and he shows that all of them are, most of them are inadequate. Now, coming to Advaita Vedanta, the non dualistic school of philosophy, and based on Swami Vivekananda's ideas, I would like to discuss the problem of evil today. When I was thinking about it, based on Swami Vivekananda's teaching, Swami Vivekananda tells very clearly it is because of ignorance there is evil exists. This is one of the the explanation Swami Vivekananda is giving for the problem of evil. Because of the ignorance, evil exists. The product of the ignorance is what? Ego. The product of the ignorance is selfishness. The product of ignorance is what? Mean mindedness. The product of ignorance is what? Unethical. To fulfill desires by hook or crook, by ethical or unethical, by moral or immoral way, let me fulfill my desires. So all this root cause comes to the ignorance. Because of the ignorance, the evil exists. If the ignorance is removed, then the evil ceases to exist. The same question has been asked beautifully in Bhagavad Gita thousands of years before. Atakena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichannapi varsneya baladiva niyojitaha. Compelled by what? This human commit evil, even if they don't wish, as if forcefully they are assigned to perform the evil. This question has been raised in Bhagavad Gita thousands of years before. Then the Lord Krishna replies, Kama yesha krodha yesha rajoguna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidyena mihavairinam. Oh, it is because of desires, and followed by anger, which is been originated both from rajoguna or rajas quality. They are all consuming and great cause of evil and known to be the enemy. So then how to get rid of it? Then you go to slowly to sattva, and from sattva you go beyond all the qualities. That is what the Vedanta says. Now, the Swami Vivekananda gives one more beautiful analysis from the philosophical point of view. He says that, look, even in the Indian philosophy, there are like Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Purva Mimamsa. They all accept and they give an independent existence for the evil. Just like God exists, even evil exists. They give more or less an independent status. Whereas the non-dualistic philosophy, which is Advaita Vedanta, it doesn't give any individual separate existence for the evil or for the sin. Then fine. Doesn't it accept? Advaita accepts. Yes, there is a problem, there is a evil, there is a misery, there is a suffering, there is a wrong things. Then how do they give an explanation for that? If you ask, they say it is only the manifestation of the divinity is less. Just like, what is darkness? The absence of light is darkness. So, darkness doesn't have any independent existence. It is only the absence of the lack of the light. That's all. So, similarly, when there is a less of manifestation of the divinity, there is a sin or there is a evil. The more and more you bring the light, when the light slowly it gets increased, then the dark diminishes. So similarly, if you manifest the divinity more and more, if you manifest the self or consciousness more and more, evil ceases to exist, or evil gets disintegrated, evil gets disappeared. So that means the good and bad are the two sides of a same coin. The good and bad are the two sides of a same coin. The more manifestation of the divinity if you there, then that is called good. That is called virtue. And if the manifestation of the divinity is less, that means it is dark or evil or a sin or a wrong action or whatnot. And one more, this is from the philosophical standpoint. From the practical day-to-day transaction point of view, Vedanta and especially Hindu philosophy and Vedanta philosophy takes this stand. Now, what is the nature of the God? God is not a person where is sitting on the throne and is sitting with a whip, is holding a whip and is asking you to do and not to do like a dictator. God doesn't do that. God is never a dictator. God is omniscient, no doubt. God is omnipresent, no doubt. God is omnipotent, no doubt. But at the same time, he is not the dictator. What does it mean? How can it be the solution for our problem of the evil? Means God has created this universe and he has given a certain amount of freedom for all of us and he has allowed us to work. Now it is up to us to decide what to do and what not to do. That's why I'm saying, using the word carefully, that God is not the dictator. If God is a dictator, then he will say, okay, you should do this only, you should not do this only. No. So God has given the wonderful freedom for all of us, but it is up to us how do we make use of this freedom. Sri Ramakrishna gives a beautiful example. Now there is a light. With the help of the light, now it is already dark, so we have put on the light, we have switched on the light. With the help of the light, now I am talking. Here Amit is listening to my lecture. And someone may be reading a holy scripture. Someone may be working. Someone may be doing a forgery of a document. Someone might kill a person using the same light. Now, is it the mist? By any of these things, does the light gets disturbed, altered? No. Because someone is reading the holy scripture with the help of the light, does the light gets virtue, punya, merit? And because someone with the help of the light, someone killed another person, so does it get sin or evil results? It doesn't, because it is not tainted by any of these actions. So similarly, our self is not tainted by these actions, only our mind is tainted by these actions and its results. So then what to do? The God has given the wonderful freedom for all of us, and he has given intelligence, he has given the power of discrimination, power of will, power of decision. We have to exercise it and we have to do right things. If you feel so, if I feel so, I cannot desist myself from the temptations. I cannot control my mind. I cannot control my senses. Or I'm limited. My energy is limited. My understanding is limited. If you feel so, then you take the refuge of the Lord at the feet of the Lord. Lord is there always for us to help. If we don't seek, he may not come all the time to help us. So he has created this universe and he has let us to work. He has given enough freedom for us. Just like, for an example, a cow. Cow has been tied to the pole. If a cow has been tied to the pole by his owner, he doesn't tie very tightly. Probably a meter or 2 or 3 meters, he gives the loose in the rope and he ties. In the 3 meters circumference, The cow can do anything and everything. It can dance, it can do pace, it can sleep, it can eat grass, it can run, jump, stand, sit, sleep, anything. So similarly, God has created a freedom for us. God has given a freedom for us. It is up to us to what, how do we make use of it? Then, then the question may come, okay, Swamiji, you are telling all this thing. God has created, God has given the freedom, fine. Why God doesn't warn us? If I am going to do some wrong thing, if I'm going to perform a wrong action, why God is not stopping me? Or okay, God, since God is not dictator, he doesn't come and hold my hand and say that, oh, you don't do it. That's fine, but why is he not warning me? Oh my dear, don't do this. If you do this, you will incur sin, you will incur bad results. Why God is not warning me? This question may come. Many philosophers have raised this doubt question too, but the saints and the philosophers have said that no, God stays in every human being. Of course, God is there everywhere, and not only that, God is manifesting, especially in every human being or in every being. God wants every being not to do wrong things. Just for an example, discussion sake, a person, for some or whatever the reason may be, whatever the cause may be, he wants to he starts doing a theft. He goes to a particular shop, a mall or somewhere, and he's stealing some products. Now, first time when he started doing, committing that wrong action, definitely his conscience would have told, it will tell that, oh my dear, whatever you are doing, it is not right, don't do it. But we'll be so busy and we are so thick, what to say, thick minded people, and we don't listen to our conscience and we neglect it and we steal. He or she will steal. Then second time when the action is been repeated by person, again his conscience tell, in the God in the form of conscience, it tells that, oh my dear, whatever you are doing, it is not right, please don't do it. It is an evil action, it is unrighteous action, it is immoral, it is unethical. Oh, that's okay. So many people are doing. If I'm by doing alone, nothing will happen. If I don't do it also, the world doesn't going to change. Fine, we give our wonderful our own philosophies and we commit it. When we do 2 or 3 or 4 times, then slowly the inner conscience or the inner voice gets feeble. Then after some time, God understands that this fellow is not listening to me and he keeps quiet. Means the inner voice will sleep away, will become dead. The inner conscience will will go to dormant state. It doesn't tell anymore with that particular action, a type of action, or with the particular case. So God is coming and warning us. Say, for an example, in the case of Ramayana, as we know, whoever has studied Ramayana, Rama abducted the Sita, the wife of Rama. We all know that. So Rama, with the help of a big army, he builds a bridge on the ocean for a few kilometers and he comes. Now he has come with the preparation for fighting with the with the army, with the soldiers, and with the weapons, all these things. But when he comes and he stands in front of the fort of the Ravana, we all expect that okay, he will start fighting now. He will attack, but he didn't do it. Instead of that, he sends a messenger. You go and tell the Ravana, even now, if he leaves my wife Sita, then I will not fight with Ravana and I will go back. Everyone was startled, astonished. What? So many kilometers we have walked. In those days, they had to come by walk. Most of the people, they have come by walk few kilometers, not 10, few hundreds kilometers. They have walked, they have come, they have walked, and they have built with all difficulties, they have built a bridge on the seashore, on the sea. And now he's telling that if Ravana accepts his mistake and if he gives back Sita, he will forgive and he will go back. He goes back. But Ravana didn't give a ear to the Rama's instructions, and he said, "Whatever you want to do, I will not give back. If you want to fight with me, otherwise get lost." Then Rama had to fight, and finally Ravana was killed. So same thing we can see in the Divine Mother, and that is Durga Saptashati, their story also. Many times Divine Mother wants the demons. My dear, you have given power. Power has been given to you. Wealth has been given. Land has been given. Positions has been given. So you stay in that area and you enjoy. Why do you trouble the world? Why do you trouble others? Don't do it. Mother, Divine Mother warns couple of times, and when these demons doesn't, because the discrimination is dormant and they don't give any ear, and still when they perform evil actions, then Mother had to slay them or kill them just to protect the society or protect the righteous people. There again, see, Mother is warning. Mother has given the power. Mother has given the freedom also. Divine Mother, the primordial energy. So similarly, God has created this universe and He has given the freedom for us. But how do what we make of it? It is up to us. So it is only from the philosophical point of view, as I said, we are all divine beings. But knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, we are doing good actions, sometimes we are doing bad actions. That's why we are the mixture of virtues and we are the mixture of evil or wrong things, and that's why we enjoy and we suffer. If only we have done all the bad actions only, then we become brutes. We will become brutal in nature, instinctful in nature, like demons, demonical nature. And some people done only good actions, or 80%, 90%, they become saints. They become all the good people, righteous people, or maybe celestial beings or the angels. So the human beings, mostly, we are mixture of good and bad, right and wrong, because of our actions. Then what to do now? You should slowly, slowly, with the help of discrimination, with the help of willpower, using the gut will, we have to reduce our wrong ideas, wrong notions, wrong thinking, wrong actions. One side, the other side, we should keep on increasing good actions, good thinking, good thought process, and we have to build our character in a right way. Means in a Advaita Vedanta's language, you manifest the divinity more and more. Be positive, be good, be righteous, all the lead a life according to our conscience. We all say this. Means all these things are can be told in one sentence, that you manifest the divinity more and more, then the problem of evil, the problem of all these wrongdoings will lessen. Means we can become gentle in nature. All our good virtues, ethics, morality, everything becomes gets increased in me, and slowly I can express this divinity in my work, in my actions, in my thinking, in my character, and slowly I can inspire others also to manifest the divinity more and more. And very interesting point. One is that regarding the divine grace, Holy Mother Sri Sharda Devi, the spiritual concept of Sri Ramakrishna, she says that the divine grace is ever flowing like a Malaya breeze. Only thing, we should make ourselves fit and ready to receive the divine grace so that we can uplift ourselves. Just like we have got a mobile, and someone calls and says, Swamiji, I have sent a WhatsApp message. Did you see? Oh, is it? I didn't receive. Why? Because my internet is not put on. The moment when I put the internet on, then what happens? My mobile gets connection 3G or 4G or 5G. Then the person, whatever he has sent through WhatsApp or email, I'll be able to download and see the message or the file. If I don't put on the internet in my mobile, then I cannot connect to the tower and I cannot receive the message. So similarly, and for example, the old mobile, just like the keypad mobile, they're not compatible for 4G or 5G because they're the older instruments. So this human body and the mind is a wonderful instrument given by the God. We have to make ourselves fit to receive the divine grace, to manifest the divinity more and more in the possible way. That is all in our hands. So, what we make of it, how do we make use of it? It is entirely on us. Now, if you are following the arguments and the discussions, whatever I am trying to explain, definitely the one question will come to in your in all of your listeners' mind that that's all okay. Swamiji were saying that okay, God has given a chance for us. God has given the freedom, so it is up to us to use it. Fine. Then the manifestation of the divinity more and more is what good, and the if the divinity is manifested less, that is what evil. You are saying all these things fine, but why did God create these two dualities at all? Good and evil, right and wrong, happiness and unhappiness, misery and joy. Why did He create? If He could have created only the righteousness, only the divinity, or only happiness, only good, why did He create bad at all? Because we created, He has created, we are using it, or we are the, what do you say, victim of it. So this question may come in many of our minds. See, because of this duality exists in this human, in the universe, that's why we are experiencing the joy and sorrow. Say, for discussion's sake, we all pray, oh God, please remove the evil from this world. Please remove the evil from the world. Please remove this evil from the world. Then God said, okay, all right. And He removes the evil. Only goodness is there. Only goodness is there. One day fine, 2 day fine, 3, 4, 5, 10 days, maybe few months also. Afterwards, you start feeling boring. Why? Because it is monotonous. There's only one type. You will start feel boring. Just like because sometimes you are unhappy, you experienced unhappiness for some time. After when you get a happiness, you can enjoy that happiness much more way, in more, what you say, mm, in a concrete way. So because of these dualities only we can understand, we can compare each other, and we can experience each other. We can experience both the things. So this is what we have to understand very clearly. If this duality was not there, then there would not have been progression, then there would not have been any struggles, then there would not have been any going further. So the whole life would have been bland and blank. Like if you've seen the desert father's life, they used to live in the like cave like or in the closed room. There would be only one small, what do you say, window like, and window was to be open only once a day, and a loaf of bread used to be kept there, one or two loaf of bread, one loaf of bread or two loaf of bread, and it was taken inside and they used to eat. That was their food. And for years together, they have led the life like this. They have God dedicated life or self dedicated, dedicated life for experiencing the divinity or experiencing the supreme self. Same clothes, same place, no walking, no going outside, no seeing anyone, no talking with anyone, just in that small room with a small window and having one or two loaf of bread every day. That's it, nothing, maybe a pot of water. Now imagine how many of us can lead this life. How many of us can care, take or lead this life? It is not possible. Many times, some of the people did ask me, Swami, we really feel pity for you. Why? Because you've got monotonous life. Someday we go out and we change different types of clothes we wear, different types of food we eat, and we go and enjoy and have a merrymaking. At least in West, we go here and there. In India, it is more very systematic and very, what do you say, ritualistic manner. So same color clothes, same type of food, early morning you get up, do prayer, meditation, do some work or service, and do some studies and go back. Same thing, every day, every week, every month, you'll be doing the same action time and again, time and again. Don't you feel bored? Don't you feel monotonous? Don't you feel uneasy? So this type of questions, many devotees or spiritual aspirants or even the public has have asked me. I said, no. Why it is monotonous? It is a wonderful life. Oh, Swami, I don't know, but we feel difficulty to have such type of life. So basically, our human mind wants variety. It seeks variety. It seeks diversity. So all these dualities also the part and parcel of this creation, which includes the diversity. And Swami Vivekananda, pragmatically, he gives one more interesting view is good and evil have an equal sharing in molding one's character. And he says, in some instances, misery and evil are the greatest teacher in the happiness. When I'm successful, yes, I learn lessons, no doubt. But fail the when I experience the failure, that can be one of the greatest teacher, which teaches hard lessons for me. Many things I will learn, and I will improve, or I will progress in my life, Swami Vivekananda says. And he says one of the philosophical solution to this problem of evil, Swami Vivekananda, is all the good comes from the faith in the equality. All the good comes from the faith in the equality, in the underlying sameness and oneness of the things. The divine principle is existing in all around, in the entire universe, in human beings, yes, in animals, yes, in stone, yes, in the water, yes, in the trees, yes, in the sinner, yes, in the saints, yes. The same divinity, the divinity exists, man, potentially it is there in everyone. If you can see that even mindedness, then always everything is good. You can't see evil, or there is no question of evil at all. That's what we see in the life of Sri Ramakrishna. He couldn't see any bad person at all. Why? He was able to see the God and the divinity in everyone. And he says, at the same time, all evil comes because of the differences, because of the disparity or inequality. We all know that French Revolution, mother of revolutions, it happened twice. Why? Because of the disparity. So, what were the watchwords of the French Revolution? Freedom, liberty, fraternity. So, because of the inequality, all problem comes, hierarchy comes, and all the other evils comes into picture, Swami Vivekananda says. And he also tells one more thing. This is at the society level, and at the individual level, he says that jealousy is the root of all the evils, and it is the most difficult thing to conquer. I am happy, fine, or I am unhappy, or I'm happy. I'm a mixture of both, fine. My friend, or one of my relative, or one of my family member, he or she is happy, he or she is successful. By seeing that many times, we can't bear. Oh, he or she is so successful, and I am not. I was supposed to get inspired from him or her, and probably I should have worked to reach her state, or to probably even go further. Instead of that, I start feeling jealousy. Oh, he or she has got so much success. I should see that she should not have that. So we will start feeling jealousy because of the weakness, and we suffer, and we create suffering for others also. Swami Vivekananda says. And he says, in doing evil, we injure ourselves and others also. This is one of the greatest lessons we have to understand, and we have to keep in mind. If you are doing wrong actions, if you are troubling someone, you first and foremost, you are troubling yourself, and afterwards you are troubling others. How? When you are doing a bad action or evil actions, what happens? The results, you are the person who are first and foremost, you are going to experience it. So you are the first person who is going to be troubled by your own selfish actions or evil actions. And of course, the society, the family, the people in and around you, they also have to suffer. They have to also have to experience misery or difficulties or whatnot. Similarly, when I do good things, when I do right things, when I do things which morally and ethically, which is right, and I am the first beneficiary, and afterwards the family and the society also. Why? When I do good things, when I do good actions, what happens? I get good results in the form of luck, in the form of happiness, in the form of favorable circumstances, favorable people, favorable situations. So I am the first beneficiary. Then my family members, then the society, then the people in and around me. That's what Swami Vivekananda says. And he also tells very clearly, ignorance is the root cause of all the evils. Swami Vivekananda declares very clearly. And because of the ignorance, ignorance of what? Ignorance of one's own nature. I am the self, which is absolute existence, Sat, absolute awareness, Chit, and absolute unalloyed bliss, which is Ananda. That is my real nature. I have forgotten, and I am thinking that I am body and I am mind. I am unlimited, but I am thinking I am limited. I am the embodiment of my nature is bliss, but unfortunately, I am trying to search that bliss or the happiness in the external world or in the other people. So that what happens because of the ignorance, uh, the attachment to the body, the attachment to the things comes, and the ego, which is called I-ness, unripened ego, I comes. And because of ego or I, me and mine comes, selfishness comes into picture, then all the wrong actions, evil actions, bad actions, everything keeps, falls at place. And then the pros and cons will be there. So the ignorance is the root cause for the evil. The you remove the ignorance, then all these evils get ceased. How to remove these evils? How to remove the ignorance? How to remove all these evils? Remove the ignorance, because ignorance is the mother of all the evils. How to remove the ignorance? Bring the knowledge. Just how to remove the darkness? By bringing the light. So how to remove the ignorance? By bringing the knowledge. Knowledge of what? Knowledge of one's own nature, knowledge of myself. Who am I is the root cause, or the root solution, the main solution for all these problems, according to Swami Vivekananda. When God and good and everything else is in us, then where can be the evil at all? And and Swamiji also accepts that from the absolute standpoint of view, there is only one reality, that is Brahman, which is all auspicious in nature. But when Brahman, with the help of Maya, which is called Ishvara or the Lord, when he creates this universe, the nature of the universe is duality. So all these dualities do exist. We cannot avoid it. We have to accept it. Then what to do? We have to transcend. How to transcend? By realizing one's own nature, by experiencing who am I. And that's why Swami Vivekananda says, good and evil are only, quote, good and evil are only a question of degree, more manifested or less manifested. The difference is only in degree. It is all a manifestation of the self, the Atman. He is being manifested in everything. Only when the manifestation is very thick, means the manifestation of the ignorance is very thick, it is called evil. When the manifestation of the ignorance becomes thinner, we call it is good. That's why every saint has the past sinner. Every saint has past sinner, and every sinner has future saint. Every saint had a past sinner, means what? Either in that life or in the previous lives, he might have done some bad actions, evil actions, he struggled, suffered, and he has progressed. Now at this present age, at the present time, he has become saint. So he had a past sinner. Now if he is a sinner, means he has got the future capacity to become the saint, which is called the evolution and the involution. Again, beautiful concept, which is the theory of evolution and involution. And Swami Vivekananda concludes this problem of evil. Know that all sins and all evils can be summed up in one word, that is weakness. It is the weakness that makes human being injure others. It is the weakness that makes them to do perform evil actions, what they are not in reality, but they know what they really are. So knowing oneself and trying to manifest the divinity in my action, in my thought, and in my action, the evil can be reduced. The evil can be, what do you say, can be checked, and we can be happy at all. So then, does evil exist? Yes. Then did evil is created by God? Then the Vedanta says no. It has been created by one's own actions, by the human being's actions. That's why we are struggling and we are suffering. So you have to carefully select. You have to use the discrimination, power of discrimination, which is given by the God or nature. You have to use it, exercise your willpower, and select the right thing, choose the right thing, and go further. If you feel difficulty, you take the refuge, you seek the refuge of the Lord, then definitely Lord is there to help all of us. May the Lord help all of us to go further in our spiritual life, and so that we can manifest the divinity more and more, and we shall lessen the evilness in us, and also we shall try to help others to reduce the evil in them and the society, and so that we can have a harmony, and we can have a peace, and we can have the goodness and progression and the prosperity at the every nook and corner of this world. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.